So ever since I got this puzzle, I've been itching to assemble it. I know that a lot of you wanted to see some other puzzles being assembled that I got during the last couple of months, but this one is the one that won my vote. So this puzzle has been haunting me since I got it. I've been wanting a Springbok puzzle for so long, and I finally got it, and now it's still on my shelf for about 2 months now, and I decided I want to get this one out of the way. I am too excited to see what the fuss is all about, if I also like the Springbok puzzles, and I'm excited to try it. So today's puzzle is the Springbok. The name of this puzzle was the Conservatory, and I must apologize. When I got this puzzle in December during the haul, I said that the artists were not credited on the box. But here in the very corner is a very, very small licensing credit to Dominic Davison. And as you know, Dominic Davison, one of my favorite puzzle artists, so I couldn't be any happier. So let's tackle this puzzle. I am curious to see what this is all about. So the previous owner was kind enough to separate the edge pieces for me. So I will start with the edge. I will not mix that in today. The rest of the pieces, I am still considering if I will work from the box or if I will attempt to just flip all of them here on the board. So let's start with the edge and see how far I get. So from the numerous reviews I've seen on YouTube by fellow puzzlers, I know that the Springbok puzzles has a random piece cut. So from the edge pieces here, it is very clear that this one too will also have the random cut pieces. So except for the very funky shape pieces, the others are quite standard. I don't think it will be too much of a struggle to put the edge together. I will just have to keep this funky shapes in mind. The quality of the pieces, nice thick cardboard, and the print on the pieces are beautiful. It seems detailed enough, and somewhat of a gloss on there. Not too sure if it will be a problem during the assembling of this puzzle, but at this stage I think it's not the worst I've ever done regarding gloss, so I think it's very much doable. So yeah, let's do this. Okay, so I've got this edge piece, or what I think might be an edge piece, but if I look at the edge, it does seem that everything is incorrectly. All sides seem to be the same size and length. I don't see that there is a mistake. So this little piece will have to sit aside till much later until I can determine whether this is an edge piece or if it mistakenly got sorted into the edge piece pile. So let's see. I'm ready to proceed with the inside of the puzzle with the other pieces, and let's see how they go. And then I just want to say, pretty nice fit. Definitely not a loose fit on here. Okay, that one broke, but in general, nice tight fit. Quite happy with that. Okay, never mind. I think I actually figured out where that little piece goes. Not an edge piece, just a random cut that connects to the edge. So I've got the first couple of pieces in of that tablecloth, and you're definitely crazy shapes in here. And then there's also this pieces that two pieces connected forms the hole for the next one to connect. So that is something I need to wrap my head around. There is so many pieces that could have gone through as edge pieces with the straight edges. So that was something I had to wrap my head around, because the edge is obviously already in. So there can't be any more edge pieces in that pile. And then another thing I wanted to note is the size of the pieces. Next to that, three pieces are Ravensburger pieces, which is standard, which is known to everybody. I think everybody knows the brand. So compared to that, just look at the size. Isn't that crazy? So yeah, I didn't expect the size difference to be that bad. But otherwise, I love a random cut puzzle. This one, no exception. Everything about it is lovely. The cut is nice. I quite like it. So I will see how far I can get today. It is late in the evening, and I still have to work tomorrow. It is a work day today. So I don't think I will finish it today. But let's see how far I get. And then I must also note my board is somewhat on the small size for this puzzle. So I will measure it, but I want to suspect that this puzzle size, even though it's a 1000 piece, might actually be as big as a 1500 piece, or at least bigger than a 1000 piece. I can't remember the previous 1000 piece I did on this board being this big. So, but I'll measure that, but that's besides the point at this stage. I'm working from the pile, flipping pieces over as I get space, and basically working in this corner at the moment. So at some point I might change my strategy, but that is how far I am now. I will see how far I get tonight. So after the tablecloth, the next thing that stood out to me was that yellow chair. I started assembling it in that very limited space there above the tablecloth. And as I made the chair bigger, I had to move up the pieces and make space to be able to move it over to the other side. And in the process, I was able to start with that piece of pavement, smooth the pieces over slowly but surely, the loose pieces, until I was able to get it over to the other side and down to connect to the carpet. From here on out, I just assembled the puzzle from the bottom up. If you've seen a couple of my videos, you will know I like to start at the top and work my way down, as not to reach over too far by the end of the puzzle. This one completely different. It turned out that I had to do it from the bottom up to be able to make best use of the limited space and all the pieces that were still in the middle of the puzzle. But as I completed the bottom, the pieces became less at the top. There was more space. I was able to see more pieces. And you will also note from previous videos, I am a fan of being able to see all the pieces. I don't like to sort too much, because usually I end up sorting pieces into wrong piles and I don't find them until much later. So this was perfect for me. And yeah, at the end you'll see the pieces are thinning out quite a lot. And what remained, the detail were very clearly visible to me. So even that last part, which was the sky and the stained glass, definitely wasn't difficult, came in easy enough. Absolutely love the puzzle, love everything about it. That is it for this Ravensburger puzzle. Will I buy another one? If it comes by secondhand, absolutely, definitely. Will I import it at basically double the price with the import fees? I doubt it, but I definitely did enjoy the brand. I did enjoy the image. The random cut, definitely a favorite of mine. This one was kind of extra special. Absolutely loved it, enjoyed it. So glad I could eventually lay my hands on a Springbok puzzle. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.